Live. I don't think we're going to have any problems, Tim. We're going to give it a minute for some people to get on here. Look, the new home of Auto Auction Rebuilds. You know how cool this is to be sitting in like the future home of the channel right here? I guess Tim's not going to talk. Okay, so I'll just do all the talking. What's up, George? What's up, man? What's going on, everybody? The new house. Yeah, I know, right? First video in the new house. We've never done like a proper live stream of the new house. I'm going to have to show you guys around a little bit here in a minute. Yeah, so 1 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. How many people you think is going to be here for this one? So the topic, the main topic of this video, and I can't be on here for an hour. I wish I could. No, we're not spending the night. Hell no. No, there ain't no beds. There's nothing in here. The heat wasn't on. We came down here because we're getting our first freeze tonight. And I've got all this expensive paint and stuff in here. So we had to come down here because it was the first freeze and get the heater turned on. Good thing we got here when we did too, because it was 60 or 59 degrees when we got here. So kind of risky.
I think it would have made it.
All right. 8 o'clock in the morning in Sweden. My goodness. Well, what's going on, man? What's up, everybody? It's good to see you here. I don't want to, I don't want to wait too long because then I'm going to bore the people that are here. But I don't want to jump into it before we get enough people here. But I think we've been live for almost 2 minutes now. So I say, let's jump into this. What do you guys think? Okay, so here's the deal. Check this out. I didn't realize how big of a deal this was until an Instagram post I posted earlier. 11 o'clock in Oregon. I don't know, what time is it here, Tim? We're Central, so what time is it? 1?
1:10.
1 in the morning? Bonfire outside. We should.
Soon.
Yeah, real soon. We'll be doing the bonfire soon. Anyway, listen. So I had posted a video, or I'm sorry, just a picture of Clash of Clans because they're not a sponsor of my channel, and I really want them to be. Like, I'm dying to get Clash of Clans on board with the channel because it's a game that I have spent countless hours playing and countless hundreds of dollars playing as well. It's a game that I really love. So I've been trying to get Clash of Clans on board. So what I did is I took a screenshot of my Clash of Clans, whatever you call it, like town hall or whatever, showing my level. I'm like level 63. And I was like, Clash of Clans, I tagged them. And I was like, hey, how about a sponsorship? And I started noticing some people commenting about this scam of YouTubers losing their account. Yeah, I know. I'm stuck on Clash of Clans. I'm addicted to it bad, like real bad. Anyway, as I started doing more and more research into this, I guess I didn't realize how lucky I was and how lucky we were that this channel still exists. I don't think I came even remotely close to understanding how close I came to losing everything. I'm Town Hall level 10, by the way, level 62. So I'm sure some of you have heard by now about this YouTube scam that's going on. I'm going to tell you the story that happened to me. The difference is I caught the scam this close before I lost everything. Can you imagine? I know some people out there have got channels bigger than mine and they lost everything. I couldn't imagine. It's taken years of work for me to, Rob, years of work to get to almost 200,000 subscribers. I couldn't imagine losing it out of nowhere, and it almost happened. So here's the story. I got an email, and this, up until this point, like I'll tell you when things get sketchy, but up until, anyway, I got an email from a game company, and it, had nothing to do with Clash of Clans at all. I want to make that very clear. They have nothing to do with it. Someone just sent a super chat. A bunch of YouTubers who vlog cars have lost their channel. I would say about 10 people, but Stradman help a few channels get their channel back. Okay, so it is a pretty big deal. I got an email from some random company. I don't remember the name of the company, but it wasn't really the company. So I checked them out. It's very normal. I get emails day in and day out from companies wanting to do sponsorships. They want to pay $2,000, $3,000 for me to, brag about some product. And 99% of the time, I don't accept that. I mean, I'm not big on sponsorships. If I take a sponsorship, it's because it's actually a good deal for me. It's a good deal for my subscribers. That's the only way I'm going to take a sponsorship deal. But I saw this game, and I don't think I've ever done a game sponsorship before. So I was like, cool, let's do a game sponsorship. They offered to pay me $4,500, which is a little on the high side. Typically, I charge about $3,000 for an integration or a dedicated video. So they offered $45,000, and I was like, oh, heck yeah. And then they went even better than that. Instead of me having to talk about their game, all I had to do was integrate their pre-recorded video of basically showing somebody playing the game. All I got to do is just literally copy their video and paste it into one of my videos, and they're going to pay me $4,500. And I was like, okay, it's a video game. Cool deal. I said, let's do it. They were chatting back and forth with me through email, and they sent me a link. They said, it sounded very official. They said, you cannot share this link with anybody until this date. You can't let this video go live. We don't want this game leaked. It sounded very official. And I said, fine. Now, here's something a lot of you probably don't know about me. I went to college for information technology back in the day. I have spent my entire life since childhood, since the 8086 XT computer, 99% you won't know what that is. Hell, before that, since the Atari 800, okay? The Commodore 64, the Commodore PET. I mean, I grew up living, breathing, smelling, eating, and crapping computers, okay?
Apple II.
So I'm not a fool. And okay, I shouldn't say fool because the people that lost their accounts were not fools either. They just didn't know any better. They didn't know what to look for. Doesn't make them a fool. I do apologize. That was the wrong thing to say. The VIC-20 actually had a VIC-20, and the TRS-80 was known as the Trash 80. The Trash 80. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, moving on through this here. So they sent me a link, and this is very common too. They sent me a link to Google Drive. No big deal. I have used Google Drive over and over again to get video clips or pictures or share video ideas that I have with other companies back and forth. It's very normal to use Google Drive. Randy should buy a Hummer and be great content. Thank you for the super chat, DT. I appreciate that. I don't see a Hummer anytime in the near future because I got this whole house and shop to build, and I'm literally practically broke at the moment. And if we'd lost the channel, I'd be bankrupt. There's just no way of getting around that. I wouldn't have survived that at all. So anyway, back into this. They send me a link to Google Drive where they tell me, click the link and you're going to be asked for a password. And I was like, I've never had that happen before, but whatever. It didn't flip any switches in my head. I wasn't concerned. No red flags going off. Until I get to the link. I see the link for Google Drive, but the thing is, it wasn't a Google Drive link. It was a Bitly link. I don't know how many of you know what Bitly is, but Bitly is basically a website that will take an extremely long website and basically hide it and turn it into a Bitly, a very short, it's called a tiny URL. Okay, it takes a long URL or a URL that you don't want people to know what it is, and it will hide it, mask it behind a hyperlink, whatever. Anyway, that's not important. They sent me a link that was not what appeared to me to be a Google Drive link. I clicked it anyway. I said, okay, I'm going to play this little game, but by the time I saw the Bitly link, I was getting a tad bit suspicious. Now, I click the Bitly link, and it takes me to what appears to be Google Drive. But I look up at the, I've been in computers and IT my whole life, and I can't think of the damn link, the bar at the top of the daggum screen.
Search bar.
Not the search bar, the URL. Thank you. Yeah, boy, I'm making myself sound real intelligent here tonight. Look, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just going to, the address bar, the URL bar, whatever. You guys get my point. I look up there, And it was this ridiculous. I've never seen. It wasn't an HTTP, or no, it was an HTTP. No, no whiskey, no drinking. I'm just literally tired, working all day. So instead of an HTTPS and anything Google or YouTube related, because it's all Google, anything that you're going to be using regularly like that should have a secure server. So it should be an HTTPS. S is for the secure section. Okay, this was an HTTP : and then it was like 089521256673 /41. It was some weird, like I've never seen anything like before. And I went, You ever see Jurassic Park? You remember Jurassic Park, the fat guy with the glasses, like, that was me right there. As soon as I saw there was no S on the end of that, I said, this is BS, not legit, this is not Google. So here's what I did. I started clicking links, and it looked legit like a Google sign-in page. I mean, it did. It had the help section, it had everything. But when you go to click those links for help, or click the link for forgot password, they didn't do anything. The links were broken. They didn't work. So I left. Now I got scared because I did not sign in. Okay, obviously I knew at this point this was a scam, and I did not enter my username. I did not enter my password, but this is what scared me into changing my passwords. I clicked sign in without signing in, and it took me straight to my Google email page. And that freaked me out. Now, I also knew from experience I shouldn't have had to have signed into Google Drive. There's no reason I should have to sign in because I am permanently signed in on my Mac to all of my Google accounts. I don't have to sign in. I can open up any of my Google accounts and they just pop up on the screen, no sign in required. So I knew immediately, with the HTTP, I knew that was a problem. I knew the links were broken. That was a problem. And the fact that it was asking me to sign in to begin with, just something was wrong with that. But what really did scare me is I never entered my username. I never entered my password. I just clicked sign in, and it took me to my Google email account. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, nah, I know exactly what's going on here. This is a phishing site. They're trying to get you to enter your, it's going to record basically the email address you enter and the password. As soon as they have that, the person on the other end, they are going to immediately change your payout location from the bank account, which I got paid out $20,500, $21,000 last month. I get paid on the 21st of every month. This scam happened like on the 19th or the 18th. Like it was right at payday. As soon as I saw this, I knew what was happening. What they're trying to do is they're going to steal your information. That's first and foremost. But the goal is to take YouTubers' paycheck. They're going to go and remove your account information and put their own account information in. And that paycheck is going to go straight to them. And then, just for shits and giggles, they delete your account. Everything. You lose all. They can't just take your money and be done with it. They delete your whole account and ruin your entire career.
Make sure that nobody can trace it.
Scary, really scary. And the fact that it was, I can understand how a lot of these people fell for it. I can, because it looked legit, guys. If you didn't know better, if you weren't trained, if you just didn't have the experience, you would never know. You would never know. And that's so sad that so many creators lost their channels, and there's really nothing that can be done about it. So, not that I want to tick YouTube off or anything. I did change my password. I want to make that very clear. I changed my passwords. I changed everything, okay? I mean, immediately, just to be on the safe side. But, I almost fell for it too. Everything looked legit until I saw that address bar, and it's like, Now, the game, I can't remember, and even if I did, I don't think I would tell you what the game is, because it was not the company that made the games. The company that makes the games has nothing to do with it. I've checked them before I ever clicked any links in the email. I Googled that game company myself, and they are a 5-star rated company. They make great games on iOS and Android, so that part was legit. The email was sent out by a third-party company pretending to be the game company, and Nah. Nah. Anyway, that's that, man. That's the scam. I had a lot of people asking me, what is the scam? That's the scam. And if you don't know better, and a lot of people on YouTube, you know, they don't know a whole lot about computers. You know, they know how to make videos and edit and upload and use YouTube and stuff. But sadly, they don't know to look for the HTTPS. They don't realize that they shouldn't have to be logging into a Google account that they're already logged into on their own computer. A lot of people don't even realize that. That's common sense. And they don't think to really check. Anytime somebody's trying to get you to open a link, you really got to be careful what you're clicking, because you don't know what it is. You have no clue what you're opening. You got to be very, very careful. Okay, anyway, I'll take a few questions and then we're going to get out of here, because it's a 15-minute video. I need to drive home, and I am literally over an hour away from where I live. Oh, yeah, we're selling the Porsche. Okay, yeah, so is it Curtis? Oh, hell yeah. Whoa, I missed it. Come on, come back here, Super Chat. $10 from Endowser Bot. Glad you caught on to the scam. You should get some help, some sleeper. I thought I should get some help. Like, yeah, I agree. Been watching you since the RX-8. Keep up the good work. One more thing, you should check out you should check out or work on an Infiniti G35. I actually already worked on a G35. I had a Nissan 350Z. It's the same car as a G35. I appreciate your super chat, man. Yeah, 350Z, same car. Is this the real Randy? Yes, this is the real Randy. I mean, there's a lot of Randys, but I'm the real YouTube Randy. That's me. Thoughts about buying Cadillac STS? You, Richard Barry, are asking me that because of Tyler Hoovie's Cadillac STS purchase. You all know I'm a GM fanatic. All right, a GM fanatic. So I love, yes, and I know how bad they are. I do. I've owned a lot of them. I love the Cadillac STS, and I even love the SLS too. And hey, I cannot hate on Hoovie for buying an STS, man. I love those cars. And I know about the head bolt issues, and I know they went 10 years with problems. The original Uberman. That's right. Ridge giveaway. Yeah. Well, I'll do a giveaway deal because I'm going to do I'm going to announce the winners of all the giveaways, because I've got the Cove speaker here, and I've already got the winner for that. The Ridge wallet will do a thing of that. Yeah, no, the house is not done remodeling. My God, the house is taking forever. I don't even want to think about the house right now. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to think about the house that I'm literally sitting on right now. I will throw you around. I will show you around the house in just a minute, and we're going to get out of here. But I had someone comment on the Porsche, asking what I was asking what I'm asking for. We are looking, James Cantwell, $2. Will we ever see Uber again? Man, unless I go bankrupt, I will never do Uber again. I'm telling you right now, man, Uber is not a good deal. It's a bad deal. At this point, it doesn't matter what state, what city, what country you live in. If you're doing Uber, it's a bad deal. Bad deal. Yeah, houses always take forever, no doubt. Okay, so about the Porsche, some of you haven't seen the video. Well, you know what? I don't think I've done a video where I actually came out and said I was selling the Porsche, because that video comes out like Monday. Monday, we actually tear into it and really get some of the things done to it. So stay tuned, because Monday we have what should be the final Porsche video, actually getting some work done on it. And it is going up for sale. It's actually going to Weird Beards tomorrow, and it's out of here, man. We got to find a buyer for it. So a lot of people have been asking on Instagram how much I'm asking for it, and I've done a lot of research. You feel free to do your own research as well. I highly recommend you do. But yeah, $12,995. Racer Boy, what's up, my man? What's up? Yes, Racer Boy is right. It's $12,995, and that is, honestly, that's very cheap. And I listed it cheap for a reason. I know there's a lot of people that are like, you should be asking 20 grand. You can find them in really good condition all day long for around $18,000 to $20,000. I've been looking. Okay, so 18 to 20 grand, you can find these things like in excellent condition. Mine is not excellent condition, guys. It's in good condition, but the top has got scratches on it from being damaged in shipping. The convertible top itself doesn't leak, but it's not in the best shape either. It's not torn up or ripped or anything like that, but it's faded and it's old, you know, so the convertible top needs attention. That door panel on the driver's side needs to be replaced. That's like $150. That cloth panel behind the seat, whatever the hell that thing is, that piece is $200 to replace from eBay. So, you know, there's some, it could use a good hard polish and wax and everything. There's still some things that need done to it. So I figured, you know, $12,995, I think that's a good price. I think that's a fair price for one of you guys or whoever's going to buy it. It's a fair price for me as well. So, yeah, 13 grand, somewhere in that neighborhood. Willing to negotiate a little, but not a lot. I don't think you're going to find one cheaper than that, to be honest with you. So yeah, that thing's going to be headed down to Weird Beard, and it's going to go up on the lot for sale, hopefully tomorrow. I'm looking through some of these comments here. The hardtop makes it look nice. Yeah, I appreciate that. Actually, I really like the hardtop. I really like the hardtop. Did you work on that Grand Prix with Weird Beard? I did not work on any Grand Prix with Weird Beard. I did not. You can get 25 because it has a new engine. Well, I can't verify it has a new engine. You know what I mean? I don't have any documentation from Bob Moore or the last owner showing that it has a new engine, and I don't know if that engine is new. I don't know if that was a used engine they threw in. I had no idea, no clue. So I'm selling it just like it is because, you know, I'm not trying to screw anybody over. I never do. Someone asked, why is the Corvette sitting all the time? That's a loaded question right now. Look, I'll show you guys outside real quick. Let's see how this camera works, so you guys can see what I'm actually driving right now. What do you think? What do you think I'm driving right now? Comment below. Yeah, you got it. The dang-gum Camaro, man. Woo! I'm going to wake up this whole town. There's like 200 people that live in this town. We're going to wake all of them up.
I'll woke them all up.
Yeah, probably woke them up in a minute. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Two Stupid Gamers. I appreciate it. Yes, we are driving the Camaro. Let me turn this back around. So what happened to the Corvette? That's an interesting one. So I bought the Corvette quite a while back. It's been over a year, and I bought that really for my fiance. I wanted her to have something like that. You know, she was kind of, she was just kind of, I don't want to say depressed. She was down about some things that were going on, and you know, I knew that car would put a smile on her face, and it did. It absolutely did. But, you know, I got kind of jealous after about a year of her having a vet, and I'm driving these Copart cars, you know what I mean? I was like, I said, look, now I got to go get something for myself because, you know, you're driving a vet and I got to have a sports car for myself. So I went to the dealership and I picked out that Camaro SS. I fell in love with it, like instantly fell in love with that car. So I told her, I said, okay, so you know, I've got the Camaro SS, you've got the Vet, and we'll swap off. I thought that'd be fun. She can drive the Camaro sometimes, and I'll drive the Vet sometimes, and, you know, it'd just be fun. Well, that didn't work out very well because she kind of took hold of the Camaro, and she's been driving it. She loves the Camaro because it's more practical. It doesn't sit as low to the ground. It's easier for her to drive, and I got to agree 100% with her on that. The Camaro is just, in my opinion, superior to the C6 Corvette. So nobody drives the Vet ever. The Vet just sits. Lately, I'm pretty much driving the diesel truck, the F-250. I love driving that, and she loves driving the Camaro. So the Corvette sits. So yeah, there's that. Now on the speaking of the Super Duty, we got some work coming up on that. Stay tuned. I tried to get a sponsorship with Redhead, but they wouldn't entertain the idea at all, which I thought was really crazy. Redhead is the manufacturer of what many consider to be the best steering gearboxes on the planet. So I contacted them quite a while back about a sponsorship, and they were like, nah, we're not really interested. So I was like, okay, well, cool, never mind then. But the F-250, the steering gearbox on that thing is, it's so bad, it's almost undrivable. So what I did is you can adjust the gearbox. I went in there and I adjusted the worm gear all the way out. And even all the way out, it's not good. So I had to buy a new one. I figured if you got to replace your gearbox, the ones that you get a lot of times at auto parts stores are going to be just as bad as the one you have.
What?
You're just staring at the camera and people are commenting. Anyway, the gearbox you're going to get from an auto parts store a lot of times is going to be just as worn out as what you have in your vehicle already. So it's just best. I spent the $350 and got the redhead gearbox. Also got a new power steering pump for the truck. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to get into the power steering pump for the F-250 and the gearbox. 350Z sold long ago. That was, I'm pretty sure I did a video about that actually. Didn't I do the profit and loss? I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. Get another Lexus or Toyota. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, okay, I did a video on the 350Z. Good, because I've had several people asking about it lately, and I'm like, didn't I do a video about that? Someone asked if I can say hi. Randy Chattel, can you please say hi to me? I've been a very big fan of yours, been watching for a while now. Well, hi there, Randy. Nice to meet you, buddy. Where's Street Speed 717? How did the Outlander sell on Copart? It actually sold really well, and it sold like the second week. I was absolutely happy with the way that works. Do not promote Nike. I'm not promoting Nike, and I'm not going to get in that whole that's come on now. That's ridiculous. I'm not even getting into none of that. We're not getting into that political crap on here. What's up, everybody? I see more people are dropping in here. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming. Thank you. So sell the Vet. Yeah, I've thought about it, but it looks like the dealerships that I've taken it to are only going to offer me 14. Blue Book on it is like 18. So, and I owe 21. So, I mean, no matter what, I'm upside down. You know, definitely if I go to the dealership, I'm screwed. $7,000 I'll have to pay out of pocket. And I'm not going to come off of $7,000 like that. I need to build a shop. You know what I mean? I don't have time for that. Yeah, so I figure we'll keep the Corvette. And what I've been doing lately actually is I've been driving the Corvette more, and Jessica's been driving the Camaro. So for all of you that ask, you know, where's the Camaro in all these videos? That's where the Camaro's at. We're going to talk about the Ridge giveaway later. This video is not about any of the giveaways. We're not talking about giveaways. No, we have no vehicles for sale for $2,000. I'm sorry, Cody. The Porsche is going to be $13,000. The Corvette would be around $18,000, and that's it. Now I am winning a car on Copart. I am the high bidder, and I guarantee you nobody's going to outbid me on it because I put a hefty bid on it. Nobody's going to outbid me on that, but that doesn't mean I'm going to win it because this seller is apparently got some kind of reserve on it. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm trying to win something that I think you guys are going to get a kick out of. Dark Road Run, good to see you, man. I know I can't believe GM made a mid-engine Vet either. It's one of those things you either love it or hate it. Personally, I love it. I would love to get a test drive and do a video on one. How do you feel about the HHR? I love the HHR. Just be aware it's GM quality. It's mainly the suspensions are junk by 100,000 miles, you know, but the whole front end needs redone. You're talking struts, control arms at a minimum, ball joints, things like that. GM quality is just, it's horrible. Even that Camaro out there, I haven't done my video yet on it, but that Camaro out there has had transmission problems since before I bought it. It's just, and so is the C7 Corvette, you know. And that's just crazy. A C7 Corvette, the 8-speed automatic has tranny problems. That 2SS 8-speed automatic, tranny problems. Welcome to the wonderful club of General Motors, guys. And I'm a GM fan, and I'm talking trash because it's just the facts. Just a fact, man. Where's the 350Z? I'm not even talking about the 350Z ever again. We're done talking about the 350Z. The thumbnail was just for kicks. You know what I mean? Okay, let's do a quick walk around of the house real quick. We're going to get out of here. I don't think there's anything. Hi, Dylan. What's up? I'm going to flip this camera around. We'll do a quick walk around. What do you do for a living? Adrian, I think you might be new here. I do YouTube for a living, believe it or not. How did that fan get turned off in there? I keep turning it on, and someone keeps going in there and turning it off.
I didn't touch anything. Maybe a wiring issue.
It's not a wiring issue. I flipped the switch and it turned back on, so somebody flipped the switch over there. Okay. Randy, so does Tim live in the new house? No. Not yet, but he will soon.
Says who?
Says me.
That's cute.
Well, we're not going to get into that right now, Tim, but I mean, you can't live in that house that I'm living in right now forever. Not many people get offered a free house. All right, so here's the bathroom. Here's the horrible shower that we got to do. I'm going to do some kind of just a cheap surround in there. We're going to pull that out. What's up, Alfred from Oklahoma City? Yeah, it needs a lot of work. I mean, that depends on what your definition of a lot of work is. I mean, I've built houses that were far worse than this, so this isn't a lot of work. It needs updated. And it's got new tile coming. We've got new carpet coming. The walls and ceilings have been painted, although this room is still one coat short. We got one more coat to do in here, and this room will be done. The sewer system has all been redone. Sewer system is all brand new. All of the pipes are brand new. PEX piping. Here's the living room. I mean, it's hard to see because it's very white in here, so it kind of drowns out. Oh, it's 100% livable. Yeah, the house is 100% livable.
Absolutely.
It's 72 degrees in here, and it's 30 degrees outside, so the heater's doing its job. Then we got the bathroom that is fresh. Again, new tile in here. We got to get all this foam and cut it all down. But we're going to get a new sink, new vanity, new lighting. Again, new lighting throughout the whole house. We got to get new trim for the windows. The tile is supposed to be coming. The tile and carpet is supposed to come with new wood trim and quarter round. I hope it does. They said that was part of the quote, and the quote was only $5,100. So $5,100 total for everything, all tile, all carpet, padding, all of it installed with the quarter round, and supposedly with brand new trim. We'll see. Am I worried about the Ford with all the miles on? Not at all. Not at all. Anything that makes it to 350,000 miles had to have a lot of work done to it to get there. So not concerned. And please stop asking like 20 times. Jesus. I know it's getting annoying. Anyway, here's this room. We still got a lot of painting to do in here. But the house has really come along, man. I mean, it's come along. We were doing all new ceiling fans, all new light fixtures, all new outlets, light switches, receptacles, covers, everything. All of this is getting new tile as well. That toilet goes in that bathroom. We got to get that put in. The carpet, I don't know when the carpet's coming in. I don't know. We got the new dishwasher, all stainless steel appliances, microwave, stainless steel hood. The counter is all got to get cleaned off once everything's done. We just got so much more to do. We got a refrigerator. I'm putting a stainless steel side-by-side in here. Then we got this room right here, which is going to be the office. This is going to be the dedicated office for auto auction rebuilds. As you can see, it's still gloss paint. I think we're going to have to go over it with flat because it's just, the gloss was wrong. And I was going to change the color of this as well. Oh, it was glitchy. I get it. He wasn't repeating himself. Well, if that's the case, I apologize. It came through like a whole bunch of times. It just annoyed me. So here's the room that's supposed to be Tim's room. Here's some of the new light fixtures. In fact, these are all the light fixtures we're going to be replacing in the house. There's 6 of them. We've got a vanity thing, light bar thing for one of the bathrooms over here. Show you guys what this is just basic generic light fixtures. I'll pay full price. JKLOL says he'll pay full price. Porsche sold to a guy in Hawaii. No, the Porsche is not sold. It's not sold. We got a mirror here that we may or may not use. I don't know. I'm just going to have to play around with this. Yeah, I don't think I want to sell the house. I mean, maybe, you know, if the price is right, we'll see. If I can make a profit on it. Everything's for sale, man. You know what I mean? Everything's for sale. So that's the house. Well, I think what I love most about it is it feels homey. You know, it really does. It's very comfortable, even in the condition it's currently in. It's a comfortable house. The town is small. It's quiet. It's just peaceful, man. I think that's the main thing. Is it's just well, you can't see anything, but it's peaceful out here. It really is. What's the price on the Ford? The Ford is not for sale. Not for sale. All right. We're about to get out of here. Was buying the Ford truck for $4K a lot for that type of truck? No. Check engine garage. No, $4,000 for a 7.3 turbo diesel in very good condition like that one. That's cheap. If you look up KBB, look up Kelly Blue Book, and you'll see that truck is worth close to $10,000. So no, I'm not concerned with paying $4,000 for it. All right. Yeah, $8,500, $10,000. You know, that's what I'm saying. $4,000 and it runs and drives. No, that's a good price, man. That's a good price. So I think we're going to bounce up out of here, but that's going to be about it. I will be announcing sometime in the next week, sometime this next coming week, the winners of the Cove speaker and the Ridge wallet. So stay tuned for that. We got more Porsche content. JK, LOL, I'll buy the Porsche. Well, if you're truly interested in the Porsche, email me autoauctionrebuilds@gmail.com for any of you that are interested in something like that. We can discuss it, work it out. Am I putting a lift at the new house? Yes, I am. But first, we have to build a garage. And that's where a ton of money is going to be going to. It's hard for me to even believe that I am as poor as I am right now, knowing how much YouTube is paying out. I have never made this kind of money before in my life, but yeah, I've been spending almost everything that has been coming in on this house, and that shop is not going to be cheap. That's not going to be cheap. The black trailer, I sold it when I lost the shop. When I lost the shop, I sold the trailer because I had absolutely no use for it. And I had nowhere that I could put it, so I sold it. I also sold my Husqvarna mower because I had nowhere to store it anymore. So yeah. The lift, a lot of you asking what happened to the lift. The lift actually gave to Weird Beard. I gave the lift to Mike. Mike has been a big help to me. He's been a tremendous help to me, and he's a good guy, and he's damn sure a harder worker than I am. So I gave the lift to him. The lift was either going to get lost in the shop because I everything was falling apart with it, or it went to him. So I think that's where it should be. He's a good guy, and hopefully he'll get some good use out of it. So yeah, we got to build a shop, and this is going to cost a lot of money. I mean, it already has cost a lot of money. It's cost a lot of money. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully the YouTube content keeps rolling, and the monetization keeps going good, and the money keeps coming in because it's gonna. MMJ laws. What is that? What's an MMJ? I don't know. Yeah, the shop is probably going to cost as much. The house was what, 27,000, so I figured the shop's probably going to cost 20 to 30,000. Yeah. This house is actually, I think it's the same size as as my other house, but the other house I'm renting, and the other house is $1,250 a month, whereas this house will be paid off in 2 years. You know what I mean? So,
This one feels bigger.
and you know, here's another thing, and then I think we'll stop. The house, take it easy, Brett. The house that I live in now is a beautiful house. It's only like 4 years old. Okay, it's a $180,000 house. So I guess depending on what part of the country you live in, if you're in California, or you know what, if you're on either coast, you're like $180,000. You must live in poverty. But then all of you in the Midwest know what I'm talking about. You know, the Midwest, like $1,250 a month is like, holy crap, that's a lot of money for rent. On the coast, either coast, take your pick. It's like $1,250. I can't get a studio flat for $1,250 a month. Yeah, exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. But for Oklahoma, $1,250 a month, that's quite a bit. Just to give you an idea, you know, to put some perspective on it. For about $450 a month, you can have a 1-bedroom apartment, all bills paid. Okay, $450 a month. If you want to go all out and spend about $2,500 to $3,000 a month, you're going to be living in a palace. I'm talking at least 2,600 square feet, a minimum of 3 or 4 car garage. We're talking 2 living rooms, 4 bathrooms. Okay, we're talking big time stuff. Okay, so in the Midwest, it's totally different than it is on any coast. So yeah, $1,250 a month for where we are. Oh, you know Nichols Hills. Yeah, Nichols Hills, the Village, Edmond. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, and also you got to take into consideration the cost of living is a lot higher in those places than it is here, and also minimum wage is higher there than it is here. So you know, I think minimum wage here is still $7 an hour. So things have got to be cheap, but the taxes are outrageous. I think the sales tax is like 9.5%. It's ridiculous. But anyway, here's kind of the point that I was getting at here. For the house that I'm living in now is call it $180,000 house. It's only 4 years old. Okay, it's in a beautiful cookie cutter suburbia BS neighborhood right next to a pond. It's a gorgeous house, but it's only 4 years old. Do I keep saying that? 4 years old. I keep saying that for a reason. The houses that they are building today are junk. It's a $180,000 piece of junk. All right? Don't get me wrong. It looks beautiful. You pull into the neighborhood. It's a gorgeous neighborhood. It's nice and pretty. Everything's maintained. All the houses look the damn same. Personally, I can't stand it. That's not me. That's not my lifestyle, man. I hope I never become that guy that goes from the average Joe that I am now and always have been to a guy that's like, oh, this is my $1.2 million mansion. Nah, I don't need that. Even if I got $10 million in the bank, I don't want that. I don't need that. That's not me, and nothing's ever going to change that. You know, literally, $10 million sitting in the bank, you know what I'll have? I'll have $5 million worth of cars sitting in the driveway of a $50,000 house. That's that's what I'll do. Believe that. But anyway, the truth of the matter is I am more comfortable in this house. This is a $27,000 house. I am so much more comfortable in this house right here than I am in that almost $200,000 house. And that's something money can't buy. You know what I mean? Money cannot, well, I guess money can change you, but money cannot change you at your core. I don't believe it can. I don't believe it can. I do answer questions. I answer questions all the time. Are you kidding me? To the point it's exhausting. Anyway, I to this day still feel more comfortable in a house like this than I do in that nice expensive house. But one thing that I will point out is the new houses that they are building, they're built quickly, like in 2 to 3 months. They are built fast, they are built cheap, and then they build them in good areas so the property values are high, and they sell them for ridiculous amounts of money. And that's how it goes. The houses are junk. They are literally, they're made with junk. I'm in the bathroom, my $200,000 house. There's sticky tile for tile around the top of the bathtub. A piece of sticky tile falls off when I'm taking a shower. It's a 4-year-old house. Are you kidding me? There's some cracks in the ceilings, cracks in the walls. A 4-year-old house and it's cracking already? Hell no. Hell no. This house right here, this house has been sitting here since 1960. Does it have problems? Hell yes. Is the floor a little crooked? Hell yes. House has a tad bit of a lean to it. Perfectly normal when you think about a house that's been sitting in the same spot since 1960. But is this house going anywhere? Nah. Man, this house has been here this long. It ain't moving. It ain't budging. Now, 60 years we've had this house sitting here, whereas my $200,000 house has been sitting there 4 years, and it's already starting to crumble. You think that house is going to be there in 60 years? Not a chance, man. Not a chance. The way things are today is not the way things were in 1960, 1950, 1940, 30, 20. Back in those days, there was pride. People had pride in their work, and people built things to last. Cars were made to last, although they weren't all that reliable back then either. That was just a lack of technology. But everybody did their best to make the best product they could and still make a decent profit. That's the way things were done. People had pride. There's no pride anymore. Everything's about move it out quickly, cheaply, now, get it done. It's sad. It's sad, but it's just the way it is. What do you think when you go and you buy a refrigerator at your favorite, pick it. It doesn't matter what brand. It really doesn't. Frigidaire, Whirlpool, Maytag, Samsung, doesn't matter because they all have the same Chinese components in them. You can go buy yourself a brand new refrigerator today. In 3 to 4 years, right after the warranty runs out, it doesn't work anymore. Why? Why? My grandmother had a refrigerator that had a frostless, it was not, I got that backwards. It was not a frost-free refrigerator. Most of you probably don't know what that is. That means that every now and then, about once a month, you had to turn it off. The whole refrigerator had to be unplugged, and it was going to make a mess because the freezer literally piled up with ice so thick you couldn't fit your hand in it, and it had to be defrosted. But let me tell you something. That refrigerator ran for almost 50 years. Almost 50 years on that refrigerator. Now, you telling me you can't get a damn refrigerator to work for 4 years before it needs replaced? Same things with washing machines, dryers. You're lucky to get 4 years out of them. Back in the day, man, those things last 20, 25 years with minimal maintenance. That's just the way it is. And I guess people of my generation, we're just screwed because we're kind of caught in the middle. And you know what? That's not just my generation either. You're right. There's people, obviously, people still born in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s. You all know exactly what I'm talking about because you grew up in a time where it was quality over quantity. And now you can't trust anybody. There's no trust anymore. There's no, used to you were loyal to a company because they earned your loyalty. They earned your trust. You bought a product from them and they did right by you. Now, not anymore, man. Not anymore. They don't care about you. You know why? Because there's a million other people that are going to shop at that place even if you turn around and go buy your product from somewhere else. And at the end of the day, the sad truth is it doesn't matter what brand you buy. The items that make it work, the pieces inside of your product, whatever it is, a TV, a refrigerator, washer, dryer, doesn't matter. It's all from China. It's all from China. Craftsman is China. Do you remember Craftsman?
Walmart.
I remember Craftsman. You could only get it at Sears. Sears was a reputable company. Sears was a place that men, no offense to women, but back in the day, Sears is mainly where men went. It's where we got tools. It's where we got electronics. It was a man's store that had some dresses and stuff over in the corner and some jewelry or whatever. It's all China, Chinese crap anymore. Boy, I got me on a rant now. I better stop. Yeah, I was born in 1980. So yeah, I feel like I'm kind of caught in the middle here. You know, I've got an Atari 800 computer that was built in 1979. It was the first computer my father ever bought, and it was thousands of dollars back in 1979. Thousands of dollars. Um, that Atari 800 computer and the monitor, the Commodore monitor, still works. I can plug it in, I can put a game in it, and I can hook up the joystick, and that damn computer still works. Can you tell me any computer built since 2000 that still would work today without needing something inside of it? Come on now, no.
Not even if it's sad.
No, 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 no. Don't get it twisted there, Christopher, 1995. This isn't political. We're not getting okay, a Pentium. Pentium, I'll give you that. The Pentium 2s. I think the Pentium 3s were pretty solid too. And not the small chip. I can't remember what was the name. The slot A. Was it a slot A, the big massive chip? And Max, you got me there. All right. You're calling me out on my BS. Yeah, Mac computers, you're right. Yes, I play Pitfall and Pitfall 2. I love those games.
Ghostbusters.
All right, so you get my point, though. I guess what I'm saying, and I'm not being political. It has nothing to do with Trump, for Trump, against Trump. I'm not talking about politics, even though I'm sure politics play a direct role in everything. You know, it's like we're sold to China. China owns damn near everything. Now, it's kind of like we are China, except we're not China. Just everything we have is made in China. It's sad. It's sad. What happened to that American pride that we had? It's gone. Nobody has pride anymore. People don't want to work anymore. People want to sit at home. Everybody is entitled now. Everybody thinks the world owes them something.
You're going too far.
I can't help it. I'm going too far because you can't get me talking about this and me not go too far. We are in an entitlement generation. It's more than a generation. It's like 100 years of entitlement. Everybody thinks that we owe them money.
Opinions and feelings supersede scientific
Since when?
fact.
You know what would have happened to you in the 50s? Some of you folks born back then, I hope there's a couple of you on right now. Tell these people what would have happened in 1955, 1960, 1965 if you decided when you turned 18, and you know what, back then, parents would throw you out at 15, 14, 13 years old.
Yeah.
It was very common for teenagers to be on the street. You screwed up, you made your own way, or you died. My dad taught me that. He was born in 1955. He told me years and years ago, you will either make it or you will die. It's that simple. And really, that's how it should be. You're not entitled to anything. Neither am I. If you're born between 1950, all right, and 1965, I feel like 1970s when everything just kind of went to think about this. 1957. So you know, anybody in the 50s, you really get it. Because back then, you had to work or you didn't make it. Most parents would not let you live with them your whole life. Most parents, by the time you're 18, maybe 20, and that's talking maybe if you went to college, they'll let you stay a little bit longer. 20 years old, you are out, man. My dad always told me when I was little, he didn't care if I went to college or not. But at 18 years old, you are out the door. You want to know something? And I was born in 1980. I was out the door in 1993, 13 years old. I left. I started working my first job at 11, shining shoes at a truck stop. Yes, I did. My first real job at 15 years old with a work permit was Burger King. That was my first W-2 job. So, you know what I mean? It's sad. It really is. It's sad that there are so many people that sit around these days and don't do anything, and yet somehow they manage to survive. They get free food, they get free medical care, they get subsidized housing, they get subsidized electric and water bills. And it's not me ragging on people that are on public assistance. There's a big difference between people that go out and they're having a hard time. They're in a tough spot. Things happen in life. I've been through a lot. I understand better than most. I've been on public assistance. I've had kids and I've been down and out. I've been homeless. I've lived at a lake. I've lost my kids to DHS for being homeless. Believe me, I understand what it's like to have nothing, to be down and out and to feel like you are worthless and that you can never make it in life. But you got to pick yourself back up. Government assistance is great to help you get back on your feet, but for the people that abuse it and live off of government assistance for 10, 20 years, meanwhile, we're having three more kids. You know, can't afford what we got, but let's have 3 more kids. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Not too far from my other house back in the city, about 3 miles from where I currently live, there is a housing addition. It is a gated community. It's public housing. Public housing. Now, I lived in public housing one time in my life, and it was in Oklahoma City. It was on, for any of you that live out here, it was right off of I-35 and Southeast 15th, real close to the pull-apart yard. Public housing in 1998 was, it was an apartment in an area that most people didn't want to live in. And you know what that did? That motivated you to get your act together, get up, get out, and get something. Don't spend all your life trying to get high. You know that song. No, man, I wanted out of that place ASAP. So we got out, up and out. Now you're putting people in gated communities with a garage? What? Meanwhile, for me to live in a community that's not gated, but to have a garage, I'm paying $1,250 a month. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Get the out of here. This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Again, just to clarify, I'll stop talking now because we're so far off track at this point. It's ridiculous. I've got no problem, and I'm not getting into politics. I'm not blaming any presidents. That's not what this is about. All I'm saying is it's wrong for the people that are using the system in an abusive manner. Okay, the people that manage to afford these nice cars with nice rims and stereo systems, but they're living in a $150,000+ house and they're paying $50 a month for rent. I know I went way off left field here. I know I did. I don't even know how we got on this conversation. It's frustrating to me. And I think it's frustrating to anybody. Any of you out there, do you have a job? Of course you do. Do you work for a living? Yeah, I bet most of you do. Do you pay taxes? Oh, I guarantee you do. I pay taxes. You want to know how much I'm supposed to pay next year? $40,000 is what the IRS wants for me. That's $38,000. Close enough. $38,000, 15th and high. Philip, boom, you nailed it. Ambassador Courts, you know it. You know it. Philip Thomas, 15th and high, Ambassador Courts. Yeah, I lived there. I did. I lived there. I was down and out. I was homeless. Yeah, you get it. Okay, so now imagine this. Imagine that you have a job and you pay taxes like a good citizen, and you pay, what is it, close to 1/3 of your income, something like that, 1/4 to 1/3 of your income in taxes, right? You can imagine that because you already do, right? I feel like most of you work for a living. And then you got people right around the corner from you living in a house almost as nice as yours for $50 a month. Meanwhile, I got to give the IRS $40,000 next year. Huh. You got to love it, man. Got to love it. Whatever. Yeah, I don't have a problem with HUD housing. I don't have a problem with HUD housing. This is actually public housing. It's not HUD. It's actually public housing. They built this entire community of beautiful houses to put people in it that need cheap housing. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I'm not used to having to pay this kind of taxes. It's the first year it's ever been like this. It sucks. It sucks. It really does suck to have to give that much of your money to the government and know that money is being turned around and misused, misappropriated. I would go so far as to calling it misappropriation of funds. Or I would even go so far as to say stealing. You're stealing my money because I do not consent to you taking my money and giving it to people that shouldn't have it. Hey, theft by taxation. Right? Isn't that what it's called? Theft by taxation. Without adequate representation. Yeah, I've got a lawyer, but I don't think my lawyer is capable of. It's just one of those facts that, my dad always said that there's two things in life that are guaranteed: death and paying taxes. Hey, my dad was, I wouldn't say he was a great man. In fact, I don't think I would say he was a good man, but he knew what the hell he was talking about. All right. Buy some business assets. I do. No, I do. Believe me, I have a lot of business assets, guys. I spend a ton of money on business assets, and I still owe that much money. I have a booger. No, I don't have a booger. If you're talking about this, that's not a booger. It's not a booger. That's my, what do you call that? A beauty mark? Or I think on women it's called a beauty mark. On men it's called a freaking mole.
I call it a dingleberry.
I wanted to go an hour ago. I know, but then we got talking about taxes and money and you know what? The video stream's doing better now than it's done all night. We start talking about, maybe I need to change. I'm in the wrong business. Maybe I need to stop talking about cars, start talking about government. I won't call it politics, but government. When you super rich, you got to pay taxes. Hey, the thing is, I'm not super rich. I'm not super rich. I'm broke. Like, I'm broke. Okay, I'm not broke. I shouldn't say I'm broke, because there's a lot of people get mad and like, oh, you got $3,000, you're not broke. Listen, most of the money I make it's redistributed into more stuff to build the channel. House, garage, shop, cars, tools, parts. Yeah, it's great making $20,000+ a month. The problem is I turn around and I take all of that money and I put it right back into this, because that's what you do when you love your business, when you want to grow your business, when you are so desperate to succeed. You put it all back into your baby. And my baby is YouTube. That's what it is. My baby is YouTube. And I will pour everything I have into this channel until someday I own everything, it's all paid off, and feel like I've made something in life, and I can be proud of who I am and what I've done, and that I have also managed to give back to society and back to the people that helped me get where I'm going today. When I can do all of that, I will consider myself successful. But at this point, there's a lot of work to do, and I've got a hell of a long way to go before I will ever sit there and say I'm a successful person. I'm getting there, and I appreciate all of you for helping me get there. YouTube's great. Don't get me wrong, YouTube is wonderful. But YouTube can, and I learned this from that scam, YouTube could be gone in an instant. And then what? That's scary. I'm going to say one word: syndication. Syndication. Yeah, that is a doornail. You got it. If you guys are really awesome, go over to Auto Auction Rebuilds on Facebook, like and follow that page. That would mean the world to me, because that is my backup channel. That is me not putting all my eggs into one basket. That's what I'm doing. I'm creating a secondary channel. In fact, I've already created it. I have some older videos that are going up. Thank you. I appreciate the ones that are saying that you did. And no, you don't want to. You're good. That's fine. And whatever. But for those of you that go over there and do that, I really do appreciate it. I really do, because that is the backup channel. That is where I'm going. If something happened to YouTube, Facebook is where I'm going to be. That's where you are going to see the new videos. So it's not just in my best interest, but if you enjoy the content, it's in your best interest. Yes, Facebook does let you monetize. If my YouTube account got stolen, shut down, whatever, that's the end of this channel. That's it. Auto Auction Rebuilds on Facebook is going to be the only place that you'll be able to see that stuff. So, like I said, it's a backup channel. We're going old school. Some of the older videos that are performing really well, I'm putting up over there. So you will see a bunch of reruns, but some of them are good, and a lot of you have never seen them before because you joined after those videos. So Auto Auction Rebuilds on Facebook, if you would, go over there and subscribe, follow, whatever you call it. Yeah. All right. A lot of crap political posts on car show. Come on, people. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. It is whatever time. What time is it, Tim? 2:15. I've got an hour plus drive home, so I got to go. I appreciate all of you for joining me tonight. Thank you for sticking around through the rant about money and taxes and people not having pride in their work anymore and quantity over quality. I really do appreciate you sticking around. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're over there on Auto Auction Rebuilds on YouTube, on Facebook, following, thank you. I appreciate you for that too, because none of this is possible without you. I hope you know I truly do appreciate all of you for sticking this out with me and helping me out, because without you, none of this exists. Stay safe out there, everybody. Dark Road Run, thank you for moderating, dude. I know it's been wild. Stay safe out there, everybody. I will catch you all very soon in the next one. Wish me a safe drive home. Maybe we should just sleep here. Wish me a safe drive home. It's an hour plus drive. Take care, guys. I'm out.